doing? We back with another episode of Blog Talk with Mr. Caesar. How you doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? So tonight, what I want to do is I usually have music playing in the background, and so I'm gonna do it a little bit back and forth. I'll play music, and then I might not play music, but it depends. But tonight, I want to talk about a special friend of mine's, another young lady that I met on the internet. So gather around as I run it down.
Pleasant reading, 73 up in the Midland area, 72 in Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge City and Liberal, 72 over by the good folks of Garden.
So how I met this young lady, I'm gonna start just like that. So one day I was just going through my story on Instagram, and sometimes I have friends that I don't really pay attention to. It's like you gotta have a real nice picture, and if that picture catches my attention, it depends on what that picture is. So most of the time, most girls are twerking in their videos, and even as a dude, and I can't blame them chicks for twerking, because at one point I would like watch it to like to see the different sizes of girls and different styles. Like some girls would do the twerking with certain type of shorts on or certain type of shoes on, and they just look different. So then after you feel like you've been around the block, it gets a little redundant. So
For a little bit of a change tomorrow.
I
Possibility of some scattered showers.
was
Today, of
just
course, there's nothing showing up on the radar.
scrolling
However,
through,
the satellite photo
and I
is
saw
for the western half of the
this
U.S.
chick, and
Rain
she
showers and thunder showers along that front
had
coast.
this outfit
And
on,
that
and she
wide
just
band
looked
of really heavy
confident
snow.
as
You know what will
hell.
happen each time
Now,
that you
is she
see the
my
frontal
usual
system on there.
type?
That begins
No.
at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I mean,
Then you'll see the cloud pattern move
I'm not
until 2
typically
o'clock
her
this
type
afternoon.
either,
So as
but
of that time, of course, the front was way off in the
she got
northwest.
my
Now,
attention,
however, it's
and
moving
apparently I
into the
had
central parts
hers.
of the nation
So
with a couple of high pressure
she
cells
had,
behind it.
I think it was a summer dress on, and she had a jean jacket over it, and I just said something to her. And actually, I ain't gonna say I just said something to her. I was feeling some type of way, and I shot my shot. I said something sexual. There was a little sexual innuendo, and I was just up front, and I was respectful about it too. And so I said something along the lines of how I would like to be with her. And P.S. respectfully, she replied back, and it wasn't even mean. She was like, "Thank you for the compliment. Who are you?" And the formal
And a
question.
few pockets of low pressure.
And
And
for me as a dude,
rain showers and snow.
when a woman responds to me like that, instead of "Who the fuck?" Don't get the wrong idea. Don't be in my, because I have gotten that, and that's from a chick that I might not be her type, but like that. And so with Shorty, she's like I said, she said, "Thank you for the compliment," and then we started kicking it. And like I said, I want to be sex mad bad. You know what I'm saying? I really want to be sex. I wanted this sex because like I wanted to get the sex because I thought it was gonna run out. Like I don't even want to get used to her, and the confidence level starts going down because she starts looking regular or normal. And she must have been in her season. I put it like that. She must have been in her season. So I would try to get at her, and then once again we started talking, and it was times when she would, and this is her situation. She has children, doesn't matter how many, she just has more than one. And she has a baby father that she did the back and forth with, and he just seemed like the extra type. And like And some occasions I'll be talking to her on the phone and she'll put me on hold, tell me she gotta call me back, but she'll hang up because it'd be her baby father. And then it would be times where like she would invite me over. And she invited me over 3 times actually, if I'm correct. She invited me over 3 times. And one time, and it's crazy because one time me and her was talking and I was telling her how wild I was. Because like I said, when I was trying to get this sex, I was trying to turn her on by showing her what I can do. And just at that, my attitude was like, I just wanted to just be upfront with women, like what I wanted with them. And be upfront how I wanted it with them. And that's the thing, they say I have a way with words. And so I would tell her these scenarios about how I saw me and her together in certain ways. And it really, in my opinion, it kept her attention and it kept her around because I just know that it's rare that there's dudes out there talking to women the way I talk to them. Boldly, upfront, honestly, and confidently. And they like that. But at the same time, there's mystery behind it too. And so, like I said, she invited me over a few times, and because of how her baby father was, I didn't really want to take it there because it was just like, I didn't want the extra nonsense. I live a calm life, and I'm not saying she was drama. She herself is not drama, but it was her baby father. And I'm like, yo, I know the type. So it took a minute. And then we had came down off that sex ladder, like most people do. You know, when you start talking to a person, it's not like I felt like I ain't never gonna get this. I just felt like, man, she mad cool, so I just wait till the opportunity presented itself. So I actually said that to myself. I'm waiting till the opportunity present itself because she ain't going nowhere. We talk every day, and it was like that. So we was talking every day, and I started getting to know her and stuff like that. And after some time of getting to know her, she come over sometimes, and she had one of her children with her. And it was a little one, and the little one was cool. And the little one was a little feisty one, and she can say it, she can deny it, but that's her favorite. It's just the relationship between them two, like they like sisters, they like day and night. But anyway, so she came over with her daughter, and when I first seen her, when I first went to go see her, we at the like, all right, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Let me get some water. So after a few conversations, so it'd be like maybe 2 weeks since we had first initially started talking, and we started talking consistently, and I started getting to know a little bit more about her. And so I started getting a feel for her routine, and it's like, this is the crazy part, like all these things was building up, and until I knew we had a system. I talked to her before she went to work in the morning, like when she dropping the little ones off, and all the way up until she get her little breakfast in the morning before she go to work, and all the way up until she park and walk into the job and stuff like that. So we was real cool, and I mean, I like that. And then I think this is, so what I'm saying, that was the conversation part. And when we first met in person, I met her at her crib, but I didn't come in her house. I met her where she lived at, and we walked and we talked, and she had a little one with her. And women, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you considering a guy, pay attention to how your kids react to that person. Like, really pay attention. Like, if your baby cries a lot around them, or if your kids just really dismissive about them, and just really, I mean, because there's reasons why kids act like that, and it's an intuition that they don't understand themselves. Kids and animals is what I always say. Kids and animals. So we was talking, and her daughter, just like, she was just, I just feel like I just got this thing with the opposite sex. So it was just Kendrick, because I have a daughter myself. So, Shorty, because I like being a father, I think that kids can see that sincerity. So we talking, and I was, did I kiss her? Yes, I kissed her. And, yo, she pretty as hell, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, anyway, well, this is about her, so I can say, like, it's like her eyes are very nice. And these are the things that I pay attention to. So women, if you want to know what certain type of dudes, certain things that guys pay attention to, this is what I paid attention to. When I met her in person, after talking to her on the phone, she sounded real nice. Then when I met her in person, I paid attention to how she carried herself. I call her like a little white chick because she sounds like a Britney when she talks, the way she, it's her English, her grammar, it's her grammar. Because she can say a ghetto slang, but she says it in a white way. You can say the same exact words, but it just has that white, what do they call they call it, it has accent. Okay, so anyway, get past that. And she has nice skin. Like, when I first met her, and the reason I kissed her, the way I wanted to kiss her was like a painting. That's how I wanted to kiss her, like she was a painting. I like to play with her daughter, and that made me feel good about myself. It made me feel confident with her mom because she was accepting. Like, the daughter would be like, you know what I'm saying, see who I was, got a feel for me. She would smile around me. And so we was chilling. And so we had that episode. That was our first interaction. And then from there, I liked her more. She liked me more. She was willing to do more for me. I was already willing to do for her. Like, one time I called her and I just asked her to bring me some stuff. Care package. Some water, some fruit, trail mix, salsa, chips. And she bought it on a strength. I would do the same thing for her. I would do the same thing for one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. And then that was an extra love. So I'm like, all right. As a dude, I just felt like, let me initiate her. Like, show her she's on my board. She's on my board. Like, she's on my list of women that I dig. And she must have been going through something this one particular time. She just gave in before she went to a situation after weeks of talking after that point. So I say it's about a month now. And after a month time, coming to the end of a month, she came over. Something happened. We didn't have intercourse. I put it like that. And I'm not going to say who did what, but let's just say she was a good girl. All right. And I know that she's gonna hear this, and I'm telling it as it is. And like, when I get my 1K following, not trying to cut this in right now, but I gotta say this: when I get my 1K following, and I can go live, I guarantee the women that I'm talking about will chime in, even if they want to correct the story or say something that I forgot to say, but I'm just telling you. And I'm not making this up, but they would say that I'm telling it how it happened. And so she was a good girl. And sometimes now I look at it like I should have did something back then. But I didn't want to. I just wanted to let her know that she can have. See, that was the thing. Listen, I wanted her to know that she can have me now. And I make myself available to her. Like, and it's crazy because she plays with me in this sense. When she want to feel good about herself, she knows how I talk. I can be seductive, and I can be so Pandora boxes. And she tells me I make her feel the way she wants to feel. She likes my voice, And some of the things that I say, it's okay to say it because I'm saying it. But me and her had a situation. Sometimes I wonder if I tell her too much because like now she's like a really, really, really good friend. And we haven't consummated our friendship. It's not like consummate. Yeah, I feel like whatever, we can do whatever. And I feel like we haven't did everything. And that's what still makes this relationship / friendship. And I say relationship because it's a friendship that's like a relationship, but we're friends. And when I say look at her like a sister, I love her like a sister. I would do just as much for her as I would my sister. But the difference is she's not my sister. And she like this. She tells me I can get it. But when the opportunity presents itself, but I be like, yo, this is like that. Girls, tell me this. Why is it like that? Now I made myself available to you. And even when you holding out on me, it's always at your convenience. Like, I just want to feel like I can still get them. Or I'm not ready yet. Dude be like, yo, I want you right now. I want to have you right now. And even when it comes to having sex, when it comes to orgasms, women, I be asking like, yo, why isn't it like, you see how dudes don't last long? How many situations where you couldn't wait to get in, a dude to get inside you, and you just started going off after 15, 10 seconds, and ain't no dude talking about, oh man. Yeah, you'll say, oh, because he ain't got it. No. We got that one and done. Y'all got that flow. Let's go. So we still cool, but I will say this.